I still have Professor Gabriel Kane Gaddafi, Special Advisor to the National Olympic Committee of Cambodia, and of course, CEO Rising Stars International Academy, football academy out there in Cambodia. You know, when I was talking about you, Prof, earlier on, a lot of people will be expecting to see an Asian man here in the studio. Yeah. Well, here we have a full-blooded Nigerian here. How did you do it, brother? Congratulations. Tell us. Well,
thank you very much. That's one good thing about Nigerians. We are everywhere, you know, and the fact remains that we are... sometimes they say a prophet is not recognized in his hometown, you know. But I can tell you that most Nigerians out there in the US, in America, and in Asia where I reside are really doing and trying to be good ambassadors to Nigerians. And to God be the glory, I got the job or the appointment as the advisor to the National Olympic Committee of Cambodia, which is about 8 years ago now, especially precisely since 2008, before Beijing. And since then, I've been working with them, and to God be the glory, we've taken Cambodia to the pinnacle of sports in the world, and they recognize now.
Glory, glory, glory. We are proud of Nigerians doing amazing things outside Nigeria, and Cambodia is one Asian country thriving, especially in the world of sports. You know, I know how much I have tried to bring Prof back to, back to Nigeria. Okay, as the national, as a special advisor to the Olympic Committee of Cambodia, what do you do exactly for them?
Well, this is a tricky one. I've answered this question maybe 1,000 times, so yours will be one now. So it's 1,001. Basically, as an advisor, I advise the entire Olympic Committee, and my job also has to do with international relations. I liaise with in the International Olympic Committee, and also the Olympic Council of Asia. And also I try to organize coaching classes, coaching courses, and athletes preparation. You know, the Olympic Committee is like, we are basically preparing the athletes for international competitions like regional games, continental games, and the Olympic Games. You know, So my job basically has to do with developing projects that will help to enhance the Olympic Committee and liaise also with the National Federation and the international federations. Exactly. I take pride to say that my involvement with the Olympic Committee of Cambodia has really lifted them up, and they've come out of oblivion to become pronounced in the world. For the very first time in 60 years, we won the gold in the Asian Games in 2014 in Taekwondo. Congratulations. And then in 2016, for the first time, Cambodia qualified for the Olympics. Before then, we used to only go as wild card invitation. But for the first time, we had a qualified athlete. So this shows how the small NOC or a small country like Cambodia can develop, you know. And it was a shame because, to be honest, I've been to 3 Olympics with Cambodia. I went to 2008 in Beijing, I went to 2012 in London, and I was in Brazil. And to be honest with you, I was really ashamed with Nigerian performance, especially in London, where we had no medal, and then in Brazil, where we had only 1 medal in football.
That was going to be my next question. You understand me? You've seen it all in Cambodia, and you left the shores of Nigeria to achieve what you have achieved out there in Asia, in Cambodia. When you put Nigeria side by side with your experience in Asia, what is challenging Nigerians?
It's a shame because, to be honest with you, when you look at the Asian countries now, they're moving now. They're competing, especially China, Japan, Korea. They are competing very close. They're giving the USA a run for their money. They're giving Great Britain a run for their money. They're giving Russia a run for their money. But what's happening in Africa generally? We are going down. You know, imagine Nigeria, giant, with the contingent we take to the Olympics. We only barely struggle to win a bronze. This shows that our developmental program is not functioning. In China, in Asia, let me use Asia as a general. We start developmental programs from the youths. And that's why one of the first things I did when I went to Cambodia was to set up an academy. And then from there, we begin to train these youths from the academy and begin to, there must be a regeneration.
Exactly.
That's the problem we are having here. We don't prepare for the Olympics until the last minute, but it's not done like anyway. And good thing is that the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, gives provision for teams to prepare 8 years in advance. 8 years, because when they announce the next host, They announced the next host 7 years before.
7 years ahead.
7 years ahead. So that's telling you that you are preparing 7 years ahead. But why should we start preparing 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 months to the Olympics?
Prof, for want of time, I would have loved for us to go on and on and on and on. But, you know, I don't know if I'll be able to bring you back here again.
Well,
but however, how be it. I need you to take 2 minutes and talk to the National Olympic Committee of Nigeria. What is there for them to learn from your experience as the special advisor, Cambodian International Olympic Committee?
Thank you. Well, I've met them. Ahmed Gumel is the president now of the National Olympic, and I've met him. We were together in Brazil. We sat by watching the basketball game, and I've always given my piece of advice to them. And one thing they need to do is we need to rebrand the National Olympic Committee of Nigeria. A lot of people don't even know what they do. And the first thing you need to do to rebrand them is because you need to attract sponsorship. These athletes needs to be taken care of, you know. And that's the first thing we did in the Olympic Committee of Cambodia. When I came in, I said, look, nobody knows you, and they don't know the athletes, they don't know what they're doing. We need to brand them, give them that recognition. You understand me? And then sponsors will come. Over-reliance on government funding will never help sports to grow. Corporate involvement has to come in. You understand? I tell you, in the United States, the government don't even pay for their Olympic team. They can raise well over $200 million for the Olympic teams. Yeah,
but it seems Nigeria is struggling in that direction.
Exactly. That's where we're having a problem. And this is because we don't know who is who. What are they doing? You know, so the NOC of Cambodia, I mean, the NOC of Nigeria needs to, in all ramifications, start to brand themselves, and then they will attract corporate sponsorship. And once they attract corporate sponsorship, there will be funding. To fund the average athlete to Olympic champion level, we cost close to about 400,000 naira, I mean dollars. You understand me? So basically, Emenike, my summary here is that we need to rebrand the Olympic Committee, we need to try to attract corporate sponsorship, and then we need to take care of the athletes.
I think we need to develop on these 3 points, key points that you have mentioned. You know, even when you are gone, we'll probably be talking with you on phone when you return to Asia, because this is one that we need to really develop. One of the stories we carried this morning is the federation elections and the guidelines that have come in Cambodia. Some of these guidelines, do they exist? You know, quickly, for instance, if you have been president once or twice, you should not contest. Or if you are also in an international body, you should not contest.
Yeah, of course there exist. One of the things I did for them was to draw a statute, or like kind of a charter from the Olympic Committee, and which goes down to the respective federations, you know. And the most important thing is putting the right people in the right position. And one of the biggest problems we have in Nigeria, not only in sports, generally, round pegs in square holes.
Round pegs in square holes. So it should be square pegs in square holes. Round pegs in round holes. Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my pleasure.
So I hope you'll be bringing the International Academy back to Nigeria.
Of course, definitely. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here.
We'll talk more about that. We'll talk more about that. Okay, brother, we go. Barcelona, Real Madrid.
El Clasico. Well,
El Clasico.
Barcelona are struggling now. I'm giving it to Real Madrid. I'm giving it to Real Madrid on this occasion.
Okay, I've had an amazing time with Professor Gabriel Ken Gaddafi, one of many Nigerians doing awesome works out there outside fatherland. He is the Special Advisor, National Olympic Committee of Cambodia, and of course the Chief Executive Officer, Rising Stars International Football Academy, or Sports Academy, you want to say, generally, also in Cambodia. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll have to call it a day here on Sports Safari, your award-winning program. Emenike Agu is my name on behalf of Ademola Lawrence, who is on the other side, making sure you enjoy the program. We'll be back same time, you know, next week, every Saturday. That's how we do it. Keep flourishing, I tell you, until we see you again. Bye for now.
Final of the FA Cup.